Hello, my name is Brad Cotton from Cotton Innovations Limited, and this is part 2 of this series of videos we're looking at how to deploy strategy within your business. As we discussed in part 1, strategy is an element of what it is you're trying to do, and the focus is about, first of all, understand the aim. What do we mean by the aim? Well, the aim is driven by 3 voices, and we can call those voices voice of the business, voice of the process, voice of the customer. What do we mean by those 3 voices? Well, the voice of the business, this is about your profit and loss. This is about the money that you make. This is about your organization values and why you exist as a company the way you do. The second voice, voice of the process, this is about how you do things efficiently and effectively, how you produce the product or the services you produce, the way that you administer that to your clientele, and the way that that runs your business. Both front office and back office processes and protocols sit within that thing there. Now, some people would say there's a 4th voice here, and that would be voice of the team. But voice of the team really sits within voice of the process, because it's how do my processes work, and most people have people somewhere within their organization running their processes. The last voice we find here is voice of the customer. Now, that's a really important voice. This is about quality, and this is about customer value. It's about price point, it's about customer differentiation. If you're able to deliver this, customers will buy your product, if you understand what it is. Now, the problem here is, if I focus just on voice of the business, my problem is I don't understand my voice of the process, so I will frustrate my business trying to develop it. I won't understand my voice of the customer, and I don't understand the quality values that we're trying to do. What I have to do is get these 3 voices together. In getting them together, they define my aim. So those 3 intersect, and it's this area here where the voice of the business, voice of the process, voice of the customer, that's where the aim of my business has to sit. If I link just these 2 voices together here, what I'm going to find is I have a business which is focused on efficiency and effectiveness in making product. That I have no customer for. This is classic within the car industry. You can see there are cars that are sitting on yards waiting for customers to come and buy those products. We see some car manufacturers end of year sales to clear the parking lot so they can put new cars in there. They have very efficient ways of making things. They have no customer in that process. They talk about a customer, but it's an internal customer. It's actually the voice of the business. The business has bought the cars. Now they're trying to find you and me to sell those cars to. If I align these 2 voices here, I've now got effective processes. And if I had a customer to sell it to, that would be great. But the problem is I'm not focused on the business model. So I'm selling product, and that product that I'm selling is sold under cost, or it's undervalued. And we don't make the money that we need to make because we're not focused on the profit and loss within our organization. And then if I looked at these 2 voices here and just linked to these 2 together, now I'm about how can we satisfy the customer's quality aspects, but what I'm not looking at is can we do it efficiently. So aligning a voice here or here or here does not work. It only works when we draw those 3 together. And we should be focusing on how do I get to that sweet point there. So if you would like to talk to me at Cotton Innovations to learn more about setting your strategy, to understand more about how do I focus my aim needs to link these 3 voices together. If I want to improve or re-strategize my business, that's what we need to do. That is what needs to be reflected within my aim. So reach out to us as Cotton Innovations Limited. Details are at the bottom of the screen if you want further information, and we'd love to help you develop your business, develop your strategy, and help you move forward. Thank you very much for your time today.